Hello, I'm Alex. It seems that more and more people I know are struggling with anxiety, and I know how that feels. So I thought I'd make a video to try and help you through this difficult problem. For me, it started in my GCSEs. Due to the stresses heaped upon a 16-year-old being told these exams will decide the outcome of the rest of his life, coupled with the ridiculously unnerving scenario of exam conditions, I for some reason was convinced I was going to be sick. Being sick isn't scary, but for me the thought of being sick in front of an exam hall of peers terrified the shit out of me. Other things happened since then to add to my anxiety, but from then on life got quite tough. So in the 9 years I've been battling this, I've come up with some helpful tricks. Hopefully they can help you too. Number 1. Tamagotchi yourself. People of a certain age will remember Tamagotchi pets. For those that don't, they were small digital pets which you looked after. You had to constantly check if the pet needed feeding, sleep, playing with, etc. to keep it in good condition. If I feel anxiety rearing its ugly head, I Tamagotchi myself. Have I slept enough? Am I lacking food? And perhaps most importantly, are there any thoughts which are fueling the anxiety? Rooting out the thoughts which are causing anxiety and working on them is one of the best ways to reduce your worry levels. Number 2. Google Maps yourself. It's very easy to get caught up in the here and now. Problems can soon build up until they seem too big to conquer. But this is when I Google Maps myself. Imagine yourself in the situation you're in, but view it from above. Then slowly zoom out and out and out until you're in space looking at Earth. When you see things in perspective, it can help to see your troubles for how small they really are. Number 3. Do the things which you fear. Finally, we come to perhaps the scariest coping strategy. If you touch a fire, you feel pain. Your brain then remembers that sensation and tells you automatically not to do it again. The same applies to anxiety, but in a broken way. You feel scared in a scenario and your brain says, nope, not doing that again. So in order to overcome this, you have to force yourself to do it over and over again. Over time, despite it being horrible at first, you will overwrite your brain and your anxiety will reduce. Please don't try this with fire, that would be a bad idea. So that's the 3 that I use most often, and I hope they help you. Always remember that your brain is so out of date. It tries to stay alive and not get eaten by lions. But in this modern world, your fears can be misplaced due to there being no real chance of being eaten by a lion. Some people live happily by convincing their brain that death doesn't exist. I don't possess this belief, but I don't have any problem with people who do. So whenever you feel anxious, remember, the thing which is causing all of these problems is a silly pink lump of matter which is terrified of being eaten by a lion.